Hi, it's Nick Jervis from the More Clients Academy, and in this video I just want to show you how I use Ahrefs to look at competitors' sites and get keyword ideas. It's a fantastic tool for telling you how your competition are doing really. I know often people get fixated on competitors. I'm more worry about your own thing and you'll be fine. But it can be a really useful way of finding keywords that you can then start to target. So we go to Ahrefs and we go to Site Explorer once you're logged in, and then that's basically just saying put in the domain of what you want to attack. Now, depending where you are, different ways of doing this is typing into Google the keywords that you want to be found for: conveyancing solicitor, Bristol, Reading, wherever you are, employment law solicitor, business solicitor, etc. And then you see what comes up. Or I'm just going to do it in this example. I'm just going to type in a location, so solicitors Manchester, and then I'm going to find the solicitors that are near the top of Google organically. I'm going to hold down my control key on a Windows and open up new tabs to open up. I'll do the first 5, and then I'm going to say to Ahrefs, right, tell me what these sites are being found for. So you'll see, first of all, the domain it's chosen is not the home page. It's putting in Manchester because that's where I was looking. So I click the search button. In the overview, it will give me the domain rank of that website, and basically this is based on links to the site. The reason review solicitors will be so well ranked is because they force all of their customers to link to their site, and they have links off to sites. And if we look at their organic keywords, so coming down the left here, I don't worry about backlinks, building backlinks, because I don't want to run the risk of being debarred by Google, which happens. So I just go straight to organic keywords and say, what are they being found for? And here you can see Manchester solicitors. There's 700 searches a month for that term. The keyword difficulty, Ahrefs estimates as 10. Cost of traffic would be £1.74. I wouldn't trust the paid element. I only look at organic because it can't tell what Google is doing and charging. And what it's telling you is review solicitors are having 200 clicks a month because they're in position 2. So it tells you what review solicitors are doing. Why does that matter to you? Well, you can choose from here keywords that you might like to be targeted. You might like your website to be found for. So Manchester solicitors, solicitor Manchester. And what you can do is you can start to build up a list. So you can select the ones that you're keen to target, and then you click add to, and you add them to, you name a list. So you might call it Manchester list. So you can create various lists that allows you to keyword lists or rank tracker lists. Now, keyword list means that's the list where I put things when I haven't written an article about them, but I might do later, so that I can come back to them and I name them after, for example, Manchester in this case. And then rank tracker, you can add them to rank tracker. If you've written an article and you want to see if Google's finding you in the top of Google, you add them to rank tracker. So my process is add them to keyword list first. Then when you write content that answers the question in the title of the article, so if I did an article that was all about Manchester solicitors, I'd then remove it from my keyword list by going to Keywords Explorer and finding the right list and removing it. And then I'd add it to my rank tracker list to make sure that I'm being found for it when I want to be. So that's how I use it for competition. So what else do I do with the keywords? So this has sorted this website on this page only. So that tells me all of these keywords. Anything below a keyword of difficulty of 20, then I'd go after without hesitation. When you get some that are a bit harder, solital, typo, and there's not much volume for it, then I wouldn't really try and beat them, because it's just saying the site has a lot of links to it from a lot of sites and you're unlikely to beat it. So there's a balance here of saying going after keywords that have some good volume, and anything over 100 or up to 100 even is good, because if you get to the top of Google for a keyword difficulty of 1, say best solicitor in Manchester, then that could well bring you work, so it would be worthwhile. So before looking at the whole domain, I'd click on volume just to see what the biggest traffic is. And now you can see that 1,500 solicitors Manchester, that would be one to go after. Manchester law firms, Manchester solicitors. So I would group together Manchester law firms and law firms in Manchester as a page, and the same with solicitors Manchester, Manchester solicitors. So I wouldn't try and do separate pages for all of those keywords, but you put them together when they're very similar. So that's what I do, step 2. And then I'd say, what about the whole domain? What traffic is this domain getting? Sorted first of all by the highest volume. You'll see Trustpilot has 328,000 searches a month, but not surprisingly 44 keyword difficulty, and you don't really want to be top of Google for that. So there's nothing really much there. Solicitors near me, more useful, but again highly competitive. So that's not doing so. What are they getting traffic to their domain for? Solicitor reviews, solicitors Birmingham, and solicitors in all of these locations, because obviously they've got pages of their members in each of these areas that they're targeting. So you sort through the keywords you want, you find ones you want, you add them to your keyword list. If you've written content about them, add them to your rank tracker. Let's do the same process again. So the second one on the list was Stevenson's. I'd go here, and I don't need to go back to the start now. I just put it straight into Site Explorer, and it will pull back again the same sort of search terms as we'd expect. So probably not going to get much different on that page except for some here. But if we do the domain, that's where you might then start to see, okay, what else are they being found for? What traffic are they getting? Most of the traffic they're getting is their firm name, but also they're doing really well for conveyancing solicitors. Position 6, 14,000 searches, and they're getting 690 visits a month. So really good work they've done, obviously, to get that. Same with employment lawyers near me, solicitors near me, 2,200. They've had 320 visits for that. So it's a very interesting tool for looking about the keywords that your competitors are ranking for, seeing if they're what the difficulty is, and then deciding, right, I'm going to build up a list of keywords and article titles that I want to target over the next few months. And then I'll go to my keyword list and I'll just sort them by volume and keyword difficulty. And you can filter this out, which I often do, and say, okay, look, I'm not going to target anything that's harder than 20. Put in apply and show results, and it will strip out that 64 will be gone. So it only then puts in keyword difficulty up to 20. You can also search by any number of parameters, but trying to keep this simple now, just looking at competition. If I now do another site, another one that's reasonably large, and drop in that domain, it will now keep that filter on, so it'll still say I'm only going to show you ones worth 20. If I filter by what's the volume overall, we're going to be Manchester based and 464 bus times. Then if I go to domain to see what the whole traffic, what the best site rankings are, child maintenance, big one, Coronation Concert Time, Diddley Squat Farm, what's getting the traffic the most? Let's click on traffic and it will show us. It's Owen Mitchell, the firm name, not surprisingly, and Dida Variation, Owen Mitchell Solicitors. And again, you want to target them, you can select and add them to your keyword list or to your rank tracker there. So that's how I use it to filter. If I want to take this rank 20, keyword difficulty of 20 off, then you'll start to see the other harder ones come out. What is probate? Obviously, going to be a lot of answers, I imagine, from the likes of Which and Co-op and other sites that are going to be top for that. Hard to beat them. So that's why keyword difficulty is important, because it's not a hard and fast rule. But as I say, anything under 20 I'm happy to go for. Anything over, then it needs to be a really good keyword and worth the time and effort to try and make that work. But that is an excellent way of using Ahrefs to look at your competitor sites and seeing what they're ranking for and finding more keywords for you to target so that you can get better results with your content marketing.